Click go in. Close up the Twitch people going. Rumble. Aren't you going? Says you're streaming. May just take another moment or two for that. And looks like everything's good to go. So let's go and get started. Of course, I got a good number of replays. Let's just go ahead and start from the top. Wait, somebody already levied a militia? Leveled in a town. Blah. What am I thinking? Oh, howdy. Oh, wow, you're really early. I first thought you were a spam bot, then I had to look at your name. Please give a moment to make sure the camera pan speed's correct. There we go. Also, not block that. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Pirates 3 replay. Spawn top right side as the Aztecs, Blue Aztecs. We have Bayamon, Bayame, Bayime. Never really know how to pronounce it. Bayime, Bayem. I wonder if you pronounce it. Yeah. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Red Ottoman. We have Musatar 23 or Mustar 23. Am I the only one who ever really sits down, look at these names, and wonder how to pronounce them? To me, it seems like most people can just do it instantaneously. For me, I can never do it instantaneously. Community flaws are going on up. We do have the killing of the honey badger, steal his kavasa. There's different than the kavas. Very different. When it comes to map generation, of course, we got plenty of goat on the field. And of course, they are the goat. Got the Yorbara as well as the Sudanese. Both have access to some of the mercenaries. I suppose SRite is not a mercenary. Ottoman players not selected a deck. The Aztec players not selected a deck, or maybe it did, because I'm blind. The Aztec player has gotten for the number 2 deck. I guess he's planning to take a number 2 on his opponent. We're doing now Villagers, High Priest of Ziddleton, Religious Unity, Villagers, Wood, Coin, Warrior Priests, Coyote Runners, Puma Spearmen, Slingers, Warhut Travises, Mayan Allies, Renegade Spanish, Jaguar Prowler Knights, Knights Hit Point, Knight Attack, Citadel, Ritual Gladiators. You get 1 Jaguar Prowler loss for Jaguar Prowler Knight for every 2 you've lost, to maximum of 12. There's a good, or I guess, rebate card. Arrow Knights, or Arrow Knight Temple, Coyote Runner Temple, Villager Temple, Jaguar Prowler Knight Temple, Eagle Runner Knight Temple, Scorched Earth, and Mayan Allies. So we got primarily a Jaguar Prowler Knight deck, which should be decent against Ottomans. Ottomans, all their infantry is heavy infantry, so Jaguar Prowler Knights will do bonus damage. Azaps may masquerade as a light infantry, but they are in fact a heavy infantry. So we got pretty much what I can describe as an anti-Ottoman deck, though probably go better to go the Zeltuk allies instead of the Renegade Spanish. But it may, of course, you may not even know what your opponent may go for. Either way, the Ottoman deck is the beginner deck, allegedly. We do now have Villagers, Silk Road, Advanced Trading Post, Villagers, Foodwood Coin, Janissaries, Delis, Native Treaties, Palace Intrigue, Coin, Janissaries, Indian School, Delis, Sipahi, Obeliscons, Falconets, Fort, Refrigeration, Higher Egyptian Mamelukes, Afghan Oglan School, Sipahi, Factory, and Rubber Barons in Factory. Religious Unity shipment has arrived. Oh, that's interesting. Religious Unity makes your mercenary cards cheaper, including these initial allies. So now these two cards are half price, making them a lot more affordable. And I do see a large number of villagers on coin. He may be on to rush with the allies. The Renegade Spanish course will give him Rodialos, a fast-moving heavy infantry. To be honest, as much as I want Rodialos, I didn't think Rodialos should just be reworked to a shock infantry rather than a mobile, fast, heavy infantry. Because as of right now, Rodialos, they're good at hunting down Hussars, and that's about it. And maybe light cavalry if they get them H2 as well. The Mine Allies will probably be the better choice. A good Musketeer variant. They are, for a native unit, they do offer twice attack speed compared to other heavy infantry. You now got the Age up here, which will give him some Janissaries, or no, he went for the shipment of Janissaries. He went for a faster Age up. Going for looks like a fast fortress. We got the war hut there. You got to make sure this war hut does not go down because it's on intercept path. Blue should be able to see this, right? He sees it now. It may have skimmed along the edge of his vision, at the corner of his eye, if you will. Janissaries now pushing forward. We got some proxy barracks as well as a proxy house. You monster. And now we got the war hut here. The proxy war hut and the proxy barracks. They're both eyeing for the aggression. Loading Gunslinger gets hacked apart. We also got a second Eagle Scout here. Eagle Scouts are a pretty good, quote-unquote, pet, while not being a pet. Got the Jaguar Prowl Knights big button deployed on the field. Jaguar Prowl Knights do offer good siege damage of 36. Got a very good number of Janissaries here. They offer a little bit higher siege damage as well as extra health, but they're a bit more expensive. If he pushes forward the Janissaries, Jaguar Prowl Knights should be able to quickly clean up the barracks. Got a massive number of Janissaries. Who does not see this? Red sees the Jaguar Prowl Knights, gets some good hit there in the delis. His deck mimics a fast fortress deck, but he has now bringing his two military shipments immediately to be aggressive. And there is the Mine Allies, the Hulkland Javeliers, which will give him Musketeers. They offer a bit more health than Musketeer, well, a little less damage, about twice attack speed, so less DPS. Now the Jaguar Prowl Knights going to get some great damage there. They way too close to the Jaguar Prowl Knights to offer ×3 damage to heavy infantry. Not many of them remains, not many of them pull it out from the big button. But now they're all elite. And now the health is absurdly high at being elite status. This was another Jaguar Prowl Knight there. And it looks like Red backs out game. That was a short game. Yeah, Jaguar Prowl Knights, he just moved ordered into the Jaguar Prowl Knights and he ripped them apart. This Android saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oops. Can't click on buttons. Fix the... There we go. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the south side as the red French, we have Bad Barley. Spawn on the north side as the orange Swedes, we have LVD BKG. I don't know why I have trouble saying that name. LVD, they all have the E sound to it. BKG, I don't know why, it's just a tongue twister for me. Trading post being built out here. Let's switch over players. Got the spam clicking. And I hear another click. For natives on the map, we do have the House of Fanar, which can give you access to the Creek Everzones, which are a skirmisher of high hit points, and the Boyars, which are a hand cavalry from Wallachia. Additionally, there's also the Sacred Band Infantry, which are basically musketeers. So that if you want to go, if you're going for natives, it's best to get this early to get that big button cycling. It will pay for itself relatively quickly because let's assume the cost of a musketeer is 100. The cost of a trading post is 200 if you use the auto build, or 150 if you build manually. Here's some gun firing, I don't know where it is. These guys go down. Here we go. You kill off those plague dogs and steal their journal. First edition. Hope that's the first edition if that's their journal. And he'll be killing off this gunman, and he'll be stealing his carrier pigeon. He's exhausted. Instead of nursing the carrier pigeon back to health, you're just going to straight up eat it. You monster. Oh, we do have a shipment now at the pawn field. 1v Skirm Goon, so I'm assuming Skirmisher Goon, unless or is a counter deck to Skirmisher Goon. We got Woodwood Coin, Hussars, Leather Cannon, Eisenman Ironworks, Dominions, Treaty of Rockslide, 2 Copper Mines, Wood Coin, Blackberries, Halkapeltis, Falconets, Ranged Cavalry Combat, Snaplock, Eschen Jaegers, Copper Mines, Trample Tactics, Thin Horses, Factory, and German mercenary contracts. So we also got some mercenary play as well. My apologies. For the French, we do have the Sweden deck. I guess it means to counter Sweden. We do got Couriers, Town Militia, Carriers, Woodwood Coin, Crossbowmen, Hussars, Wilderness Warfare, Wood Coin, Team Sangalis, Riflemen, Skirmishers, more Skirmishers, Cuirassiers, Dragoons, Falconets, Fort, Refrigeration, Cuirassiers, Heavy Cannons, Culverins, Factory. So it looks like it's going to be a Fast Fortress versus probably Fast Fortress as well, due to the nature of this deck composition. We don't see like the early Halkapeltis card either.
Yeah.
We do see 12 villagers on wood, so maybe not necessarily Fast Fortress, but Boom. Boon. Is it Boom or Boon? I always hear that word. I can never tell if it's Boon, B-O-N, B-O-O-N, or B-O-O-M. Call it Boom. Or Economic Explosion. Nobody's going for any fish, because they can't get any chips to go along with their fish. More couriers being employed in field. Got shipment couriers as well. Dominions and a chest of coin. Yeah, this is definitely be a Fast Fortress. He may be just relying on the no, he does have 10 villagers on food right now, so he's not just relying on the small berry bushes to provide him food income, but does give him a good trickle. A trickle. Oh yeah, we also got him right next to Huntables and the cow being collected on up. So this one is really spiking hard with the food income. While this one here, that's a bit more of the standard one. Though he could always pop this cow here. But he also is collecting up this nearby deer, so the food rate is actually greatly increased as it's hunting next to this Torps. Now we got the Torps migrating perhaps to this coin deposit here. The Red Scout may spot this out. Nope, he's putting 2 of the Torps here, sending the other 2 maybe over here. I'm not sure where these Torps are going. Is he sitting next to the wood? Either way, we do have now some musketeers, so it's not a Fast Fortress for the French. Time for a bit of aggression. What's Orange's vision like? Not very well over there, so you assume there's a coin deposit. The coin deposit's right here for him. Musketeers will actually get out of his vision range. We also got a bit of chests of coin over here, rapidly being picked up by the Torps. Now we got age 3. The Swedish player is now aging up. The French player not aging up anytime soon. Just going for some aggression. The Musketeers should just come over here and start torching this stuff down. Another round of Musketeers takes out the Explorer. Just torching out the torps can be very handy. Not only it forces the opponent to build up more torps, denies some income, and give you some experience. Just generally a good idea to torch the torps. And now do got a saloon here in a heretical for angle. Astrid's Book Club. That is somehow a really good name or a really bad name for a saloon. If I was ever going to open up a bar and give an old English style name, I would probably call it the Bloated Goat. The torp is getting torched. One torp is down. We got the market here. He's of course H3. He's bringing in the Jaegers. This map may have automatically spawned Jaegers automatic, and Jaegers are a very good skirmisher. 30 damage, 20 range, and an almost dead, a very dead explorer. Or at least he's not necessarily dead. He's just lying around on the ground, bleeding to death for the rest of eternity. We got some Helicopeltes being employed on the field, as well as some hunting doggos and placard mines. Shipment coin as well. He may be using the shipment coin to finance more mercenaries. He sees the skirmishers. Maybe good idea of the French player to bring in some hussars. He has no stable in the field, but maybe a shipment of cuirassiers or... Yeah, it's definitely better to go with the cuirassiers rather than go with the shipment of hussars. He has a decent amount of musketeers, which will be very useful, but be countered by the skirmishers. We also got some dragoons, so now he does, or not dragoons, the Helicopeltes, or however you pronounce it, which of course a light infantry unit. They do have a bit of AoE with the weapon, but a little bit shorter range. And something I just realized as well, and while it does have less damage for infantry by 25% less, that will still actually match the damage output of a Conquistador from the Jesuit allies. So those who like to pull out Conquistadors to fight against infantry, the Helicopeltes do offer the same fighting capability, barring the lesser range. Got a good number of musketeers here. Only the 5 Jaegers. We got a shipment of falconets and more Jaegers. So the musketeers right now will do decently well. French villager does eat those volleys there. Cuirassiers are severely outnumbered by these Helicopeltes. The musketeers need to actually focus down the Jaegers. They pose a bigger threat than musketeers. If he takes out the Jaegers, he'll be just fine. All the cuirassiers have gone down. Right now, the biggest problem, like I said, are those Jaegers. You can bring out a handful of skirmishers to deal with the Helicopeltes, and honestly, musketeers are not bad against them as well. Very cost effective. These are veteran musketeers that do 27 damage as opposed to 18 versus musketeers. Sure, they have less health, but of course cost half the price and overall just a bit more substantial. So maybe musketeer falconet would be a good composition. Falconets could help rip apart those Jaegers. Maybe not. After all, Jaegers, I suppose a pair of falconets would be all he needs to deal with against the Jaegers. They're a bit stacked up. They're here in small enough numbers. So we got 2 falconets here. It's always reasonable to go for falconets to gauge your opponent's falconets. And we now got a massive number of skirmishers to pull up with the French. Orange Explorer does eat a lot of lead, and that last little bit was too much for his stomach. Falconets sitting on up. Musketeers offer a little bit more health. Falconets do offer 100 times 3 against infantry, so 300 damage. In comparison, Jaegers do have 250 health, so they will get one-shotted by Falconets as well. To get more emphasis on my other point. He does has almost nice shipment available. Probably the Falconets would be good. He actually is going for this Team Singali's Rifleman. I was actually thinking about that. I was like, how much more damage would that offer? It would put him a bit of an edge on his units. He has a very good number of infantry units, so that will give him quite a... That'll make his stuff... You do 15% more damage with all of his units. And it may be statistically better than deploying out 2 Falconets, because that roughly gives him another... Let's just round up and say another 10 more units, as opposed to the Falconets plus 10 population cells. Maybe about even? The Falconets are more of a counter unit in this case against the Jaegers. Don't really offer much support against the Halkapeltis, while that would just give him more general fire support. So maybe that Team Singali's Rifleman would be good right now. It'd be still a good idea to go for the Falconets for a follow-up shipment. More skirmishers being pulled in field. Got more Halkapeltis being pulled in as well. Got a nice little 5 warps there, which is not little. I guess a star would be the best way. Can't believe I forgot how to draw a star. I'm trying to do the motion. I suppose it is diagonal, so it's hard to draw a star when it's diagonal. Town Watch now being researched. And we've got the Prospector Copper Mines, which will give him a bit more coin at home for a moment. You can pull it next to these 2 Torps. As well as, you may want to stop collecting from some of these mines here so the Torps can continue collecting from it. After all, he only has so much gold on the side of the map, or coin. Mining from there is probably good, barring the lack of angry Frenchmen. You can clearly tell that they're angry. They're in red. Falconet does get a good shot there onto the skirmishers. They also got a bit of a wall here. A little bit incomplete to be considered a wall, but nonetheless. Skirmishers get a good volley in skirmishers. We do also have a veteran upgrade. It is the Veteran Hussar and Wilderness Warfare, which give his skirmishers a little bit more hit points, as well as his villagers. Swedish player does have a decent amount of resources in reserve, so he could try deploying out more units and try to break through his opponent, but maybe just trying to age up. The French player has some reserve, but out of coin income. Task these villagers from food to coin. Maybe my math is incorrect. I see 34 villagers there, but I only see 6 and 8, which suggests 24. So he has 10 villagers doing something, but not collecting up resources. Does get a volley there onto the Halkapeltis. Ah, they may have just migrated the coin deposit. That is a very large number of Hussars, so he wasn't trying to age up, he was just trying to get some more stables out, I believe. Yeah. We got something deleted or canceled. He has not researched the church improvements. The Frenchman does not have access to church improvements. Got a pair of culverin there. Knowing that his biggest opposition, or one of his bigger threats to his composition right now is artillery. Oh, we do also have some veteran boyars. You know, I don't think I really see Boyars ever deployed on Eld. They do have a staggering high attack speed of 1, and they do offer 24 damage, so similar to veteran Hussars, right now the veteran Boyars. They offer a little bit more bonus damage against artillery, so they rip apart artillery better than Hussars. They do offer range resist rather than melee resist. I'm pretty sure heavy cav offers melee resist usually. So, yep. Warriors don't seem half bad, but also they cost no population, so it's always nice to get out a nice little auxiliary force. Maybe, of course, most of these units are slightly more expensive, but they're not bad. More Hussars being employed in the field. The amount of cavalry he's fighting against, a round of pikemen wouldn't be half bad. Okay, some of his musketeers getting distracted. He does not get a volley onto the falconets, taking a lot of free hits there. Here comes the Boyars. Overens here. Red's gonna be sitting up here, fires away. Boyars are hitting some villagers, which actually may not be important right now because he may lose his fight. The falconet's still alive. Culvers having trouble counter barraging. One falconet does go down. Musketeers and skirmishers sort of get overwhelmed. Hussars are pretty large, so they have trouble connecting in melee. There's some. It looks like almost all the musketeers are down, just leaving just skirmishers. There's some right here. Yeah, there's 4 musketeers remaining. Skirmishers getting annihilated. Boyars push way forward, being ripped apart by the Hulk of Pelties, and Hussars just ripping apart these falconets. And it looks like Red is just going to get overran. I think it was just poor mismanagement of the army there, where musketeers start throwing torches as Boyars were hitting villagers, and the Falcon and Wolves just got a massive conclave there, which allowed the falconets to get extra AoE damage. French player's trying to pull out some dragoons. He just had no proper counter to those Hussars. I think a handful of pikemen would have been very important there. By the way, this is Andgrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. Of course, I keep on trying to hit F10. Greetings everyone, Andgrade here with another Age of Empires 3 replays. One on the top right side is the blue Germans. We have Dengel, Daddy, Swag. On bottom left side is the red Swedes. We have Madonna. You now have a market going on up. Blue is maybe starting to hunt some of the coconut dogs. No deck selected, no deck selected. When it comes to the natives map, I do see 3 tribes in the center of the map. We do have the 2P settlement, which gives you access to the 2P Blackwood Archers. And the Carib Blowgunners, a anti-infantry unit. I don't know why I'm having trouble speaking. We do have the German explorer named Daddy. He's not my dad. And we got our Carl Gustav Ringskold, which is probably a randomly generated name. And he's going to be taking on some of the Swamp Puppers. And he's going to be starting to steal the Swamp Puppers' adorable King Kaoju. I have no idea what that is. But it says what adorable, so maybe it's a pet monkey. Maybe a pet rodent. Kitty Cat will be going down. He'll steal his mahogany stand that the cats like to sit on. Oh, we do have a deck by the German player. It's the 1v1 deck. We got settler wagons, more settler wagons, wood coin, crossbows, Doppelin soldiers, silversmith, band of Landsknecht mercenaries, wood coin, Doppelin soldiers, skirmishers, Uhlans, more Uhlans, cavalry combat, war wagons, Germantown farmers, Doppelin soldiers, skirmishers, heavy cannon, factory, and a guild artisan. Looks like they may have paused right there. And now we got the Husua/Dutch/German deck, which means probably counting all three of them. Or assumes to become them. One of the two. Blueberries, villagers, woodwood coin, or 1 coin, pikemen, hussars, hand combat, team house Bertonet, leather cannon, Eisenberg ironworks, dominions, coin, blackberries, halkapelties, platoon fire, hussars, light gun cartridges, leather cannons trained faster and upgraded to infantry guns, Vulcanets, snaplock, Hessian Jaegers, trample tactics, factory, and Siva lifeguard. I do both. I do Age of Empires 3 on Fridays, Age of Empires 4 on Saturdays and Sundays, and then Company Heroes 1 and 2 during the rest of the days. So right now, Company Heroes 2 may be on a standstill due to the fact that it feels like I think the spectate option is now broken, and maybe broken permanently now. The quartermaster now being researched, and his opponent's going for the governor. Another swamp pupper going down will be stealing his crawdads. So we got Daddy going for crawdaddies. Okay, that was a horrible joke. Oh, it is named for Daddy, so gotta get some dad jokes. Dear God, I should really just shut up about those. Tapirs sort of going down. And got a lot of dead tapirs here. Right now, the torps are next to a bit of wood as well, so getting a small trickle of wood, at least this one. Keyword on small. Another torp going on up. We do have a red villager here. And oh wait, no, that's not a torp. That's an outpost going up. That's from the settler wagon. Let's see, the governor. I'm not sure what that shipped on in. Those are shipments of wood. And now you got some Doppelin soldiers been pulling the field. Eye for a bit of aggression that will give him a large amount of heavy Albadier variants. Outpost wagon here. Barracks now being pointed out. The Doppelin soldiers should be able to quickly torch us down. It will be constructed before they get deployed. The barracks is slowly being built. Outposts do less dangerous villagers. The settler working can stay around here for quite some time. And there's Ulans and Doppelin soldiers. Ulan, oh, and a shipment of pikemen. Ulans do take out the explorer, but now the Doppelin soldiers torching it down. They are a halberd variant with a bit of AoE and also good damage. So 20 damage plus the pikemen's 8. And got also a deployment pikeman there. A mass amount of siege here as well. 60 siege. Doppelin soldiers are a 2 population unit. So they offer the same population siege damage as pikemen. Torps can quickly run down, but wants to destroy the stable first. Got around the hussars there. Everything here counters hussars pretty good. That's going to be a large amount of siege damage. Another round of pikemen. The German player is now bringing ship crossbows, which offer a bit more anti-heavy. The German player does not need to back off from this. He can engage. And there goes the stable. Now got some Carolins with a musketeer, more specialized against heavy cav at range. I think their attack speed is also slightly higher as well. I don't remember exactly all the uniqueness about them. One torp has been torched. The Swedish player's spare population space. News Explorer does go down. Here are the Carolins. Yep, they do offer slightly faster attack speed. about what? 33, not even 33% faster. The DPS is still, I think it's still similar to a Musketeer, slightly lower than a Musketeer, but they do offer bonus damage at range against heavy cav and against, of course, hand shock. But they don't offer any bonus damage in melee, but they do have higher base melee in return. More Carolyn's not being employed on the field. There's a number of crossbows are here. Crossbows are not really a counter unit. They only have plus 25% damage versus heavy infantry, offering modest fire support. You also got now the leather cannons deployed on the field. They do offer 120 damage per shot. They will one-shot a good number of stuff, including the pikemen and crossbows. So right now the leather cannons are going to be very, very useful. They'll start picking everything off. Explorer does go down. The Zombie soldiers are nice and safe. There's got a Ulans back here. Some of these Hussars getting some hits onto those crossbows. Pikemen don't really offer good melee damage in general. Other cannons still push way forward. In comparison, the Carolins, being a Musketeer, have 20 damage. Pikeman in turn has 8. With also technically slightly longer range, but the Carolins have more than double damage against them. Got a shipment of the Germans now available. Going for more pikemen. Going for the settler wagons. A shipment of wood here. I don't think the settler wagons are not settler wagons. More pikemen being employed in the field is a good idea. Maybe I need to spend that wood on the crossbowmen. Got a nail stable here.
Yeah, hello, yeah.
More of the tapir are being hunted. The capybara, the coconut dogs do manage to escape away from the Germans' wrath. And red is eating up the capybara as well. More Carolyn's not playing Plodon on the field. Blue or the German player may just want eye for an age up to get out some skirmishers or falconets. More torps being employed over here. This one should get a decent amount of wood income, maybe up to 0.25. Yep, up to 0.25 wood per second on that one. No wood per second on that one, but got more wood here. So he's getting a decent amount of wood income from some of these torps. Red's now trying to push his way forward, trying to displace this infrastructure. The outpost has not been repaired on up. We do now have the Ulans being floated out. Leather cannons get a good volley there.
Yeah.
Let's find some of these villagers over here. Taking them out is going to be a nice little boom. Or boon. Eisenberg Ironworks not being researched will give his corpse more gold income. Got this force push way forward. Some of the units on the back are a little bit wounded. Bring back the pikemen to help for defense. Let's make way forward, taking some more damage on these various structures. Carolyn's offer regular damage against structures. Lilican has 40 damage as well, nothing too significant. And now we've got the mercenary lance connects being pulled on the field, which should be even better than Doppeln soldiers. Not sure how much better. German players now well over pop cap. There's enough food to age up. Maybe a good idea to start cleaning up coin, start eyeing for age up. Ulan's charging way forward. Also, we're now bringing the militia. Doppel soldiers not advancing. Can't wait for them. Not Doppel soldier, lance connects. Ulan's getting some decent damage there. Leather cans have been overran. Decent number of crossbows here providing some fire support. And his lance connects now deployed on the field. Where? I'm not sure. Oh, there they are. Lance connects offer 58 damage, 43 damage to AoE, so they offer twice the damage than Doppeln soldiers. They do also cost 2 population. The other side there are ×2 Doppeln soldier. We do got very fine code being researched, more hussars, more leather cannons. German player does have larger military deployed on the field. As we put some houses, these torps should go down pretty quickly. So a number of torps down here, so maybe he does scout it out. He could try torching it. Maybe throw down some pikemen down there. We will find a villager here. And that structure will quickly get torched on down as well. Silversmith now being researched. The German player has a massive amount of food. Not sure why he has so much food. Does he have a church? No? Not sure what the church upgrades cost for the Germans, but doesn't have the card for it. Now needs to retask his villagers on more on the coin. Ulan takes some damage. Does spot the leather guns or leather cannons as well. Does spot this villager here as well. He will quickly get shot. And now he's aging up to the Exile Prince. One is still pretty far from aging on up. Ulans and Hussars now engaging each other. And the Ulans looks like will go down. More Eisenberg corpse now being pulled in the field. Now that's Fortress 8, does not have Shim available. Red's now pushes his way forward. Bringing our big round skirmishers, exactly what he needs. As was bringing the veteran Ulan upgrade. As was a war wagon. War wagons will not receive bonus damage from Carolins. They do bonus damage versus heavy cavalry, not all cavalry. Okay, ground skirmishers there. Got a couple hussars here. Does torch a couple of those housing. He's now a pop cat once again. Shim available for the Swedish player. German of Blueberry's not been brought on in. Let's improve his current berry bushes. And he still has, but some of these berry bushes are disintegrating, so not all of the berry bushes will be upgraded. Stable start going down. Spore goes down.
Ja.
Blueberry shipment has arrived. Blueberries do get collected up faster than regular berries. And some of these extra blueberries still remain, so perhaps they can be collected up as well. Each torp is basically providing 1 resource per second in total, which is pretty good. Each player almost have enough resource age on up. German player still deploying out some units. Got a decent number of war wagons here. Should be very effective against those hussars, as well as provide some decent fire support against the leather cannons. Leather cannons only have 50% range resist, not 75% range resist like falconets. Pikemen taking some damage there. We do now have a shipment available for the German. Going for more Uhlans. A shipment of 7 Uhlans, so it comes with additional 2 Uhlans. War wagons, another round of war wagons deployed on the field. The German player has a pretty sizable army. Pikemen, of course, get ripped apart, no problem. Explorer does go down. And this time, it's not going to take time to torch the torps. He's going to just take time and murder his opponent. Militia won't do much damage in the situation. They offer poor torches. Someone should really tell them how to light a fire. Villager gets gunned down. Veteran Carolyn's research. Veteran Hussars in the way. Artillery foundry goes down pretty quickly. Uhlans are turning forward. We'll find a good number of units here. Blue is taking down the town center. Needs to engage the army. Just lost all those Uhlans. You can hit those leather cannons now. Uhlans, pikemen, charge way forward. Still got some crossbows as well. War wagons maybe a little bit too close. The pikemen will get some extra bonus damage there. The war wagons do have a bit of range melee resist. And the war wagons starting to disintegrate. Skirmishers taking out the militia. They have one. Still got some leather cannons here. They will still one-shot the veteran skirmishers. Maybe they don't, actually. Either way, fresh hussars now coming in, blanking the skirmishers will take them all out. Great defense there by red. Blue got a bit distracted and has lost all of his Uhlans to a pad reinforcement pathing. That's what I said. Jim is now available for the Swedish player. He is now age 3 as well. He sees this one's going for a large number of war wagons, so maybe want the Jaegers probably be the best set right now. But maybe I'm going straight for industrial. He should almost have enough resources for industrial. Yeah, just needs a little bit more coin. He has quite a bit of coin income from those torps as well. Going straight to age 4. Going for the engineer. I think that will give him, what, a free fort? More war guys being put field. This age up will give the German players some time, some room to breathe. Starting to engage. Uhlans charging way forward. They will be gunned down first. Now got these Hussars push way forward. The war wagons are nice and all, but a little bit outnumbered. Wagons do offer the same, actually no, the war wagons do have 18 range. It's actually pretty good, so microing them like that is very good to help against such range. Does pull off the villagers. Settler wagon does go down. One trim is available. Probably a good idea. Let's see. Save a life guy will exchange his melee resist for range resist, which wouldn't be half bad right now. Let's keep an eye where the shipment comes in for the Swedish player upon age up. I don't know all the politicians off the top of my head, because honestly all the politicians are even slightly different between all the civilizations. And the engineer is an injured here, and it does give him falconets, not forts. He's going for a factory right now. If he also continues going for skirmishers, I'm more biased towards heavy cannon, but if he retains the war wagons, maybe a good idea not to go for the heavy cannon. I'm still also thinking maybe actually getting those Jaegers, because if the Swedish player brings the Jaeger contract, it does also unlock the Jaegers to be built from barracks, which could be very useful for him. He is fighting against a good number of skirmishers there. He always fight around some Uhlans because it is German. Hussars charge away forward. War wagons. Now we start to see some hits there. He decides to go in the melee mode with his Carolines. They do actually do less damage against light infantry, the skirmishers. But their melee damage is still quite good against war wagons due to the nature of them just having twice the attack speed. And right now, Blue's just having trouble dealing with all the Hussars. And now all those just need to clean up. We've also got a round of crossbowmen here, which will do decent damage versus the war wagon, weirdly enough, because they are classified as light infantry, even though they clearly don't look like light infantry. Explorer down, do now have a factory, and he is going for heavy cannon. I do like heavy cannons. Shipment of skirmishers. I'm going for more war wagons now for the German player. And we also got a guard Carolines. Guard Carolines not being pulled out. Hussar does go down.
Redo für Streit. Ich bin verwundet und kann mich nicht bewegen. Befehl?
More heavy cannons not being employed on the field. He has the other factory producing coin at the moment. He may just not retask it just yet. Or he could just only have one heavy cannon production. Honestly, if this one's continuously building war wagons, one heavy cannon may still actually be a bit too much. Should definitely eye for something a bit more of a hard counter to the war wagons.
Redo for Strid.
Either way, having Hussars engage villagers is pretty good for Red. They're getting ripped apart there. Guard Carolyn's now pulled on out. Villagers, of course, being sent to the early grave. Now the War Wagon's pushing its way forward to its opponent's base. We also got a plantation here. And now do have a barracks as well. Going straight for the factories. That can cause some big issues, but this can also cause some big issues. He has a single heavy cannon here that can do some severe damage. In fact, taking some damage. War Wagon's siege damage for their cost is actually not too great, but there's just a lot here. The siege attack is still siege damage. One factory will go down. Heavy cannon will probably get ripped apart here. Red is gunning blue bases, so we may see a base race situation. Let's see, the Swedish player has 29 villagers versus opponent's 35. He's going for our Germantown farmers. Villagers having trouble being moved around. You can see a bit of a weird stutter step there. Oh, turn around and take out those villagers. That was probably an oversight on Red's. Probably misrallied them. We do now have these villagers migrating away. Both sides still have a town center alive. Multiple outposts is being built here, so the blue player is going to station the villagers here. He does have enough wood for another town center. May just go for it.
Bereit.
Ulan does find some of those forces, or Hussar, I should say. Got a mill here. Got a sizable force pushing forward by Red. Or backwards, one of the two. Carolyn's or skirmishers will get ripped apart by the Hussars. Red does have a secondary town center being eyed to be built here, as well as a torp here. Probably for trying to get a bit of extra wood collection. Almost all the coin in the map has been claimed. Torps are here and there. We do have still a heavy cannon deployed out. Both players are just not in a great position. We've got another town center being deployed up by Red here. And those are going to be aiding him. Red's town center here. You may need to cancel this one, because the villagers are likely to get picked on off. Carolyn's find another opportunity to engage. He has some villagers nearby as well, so he can still get the town center built. Back off the villagers now. Heavy cannon might as well just fire away. Heavy cannon does offer 200 damage against cavalry, which is a good bit of damage, but no bonus damage nor negative damage. Yep, no negative damage or negative multipliers. Town center will be built. So Red will have 3 town centers. More Carolyn's now. Veteran Hussars take a pretty good volley there. Now got a shim of Ulans, and now deploying out some settler wagons from the mills. There's some plenty of coffee bar and tapier here. He should probably actually collect up from those first. Right now his... There's a villager there for the farm. Is providing 0.6. That's definitely, excuse me, less than Hunt. Heavy Cannon does fire away. These guys are pretty stacked up, so the Heavy Cannon could get some decent AoE damage. Siva Lifeguard now being pulled on the field. Also, I will swap his armor types, but also give him more hit points. Red pings the fact there's a bunch of outposts there. Guess he did not know about until now. War wagons push way forward. Gets a volley down the Carolines. More war wagons being employed now as more settler wagons as well. Azara's taking some damage there. Does get some good damage. War wagons are slowly backing on off. Now he's starting to go for some hunts here. Very good. German player does have a bit of wood for both a town center as well as other stuff. Actually got quite a bit of coin as well. He really should have gone for those Jaegers. Bringing some more skirmishers. Carolines have gunned down the Explorer. Blue is now going to siege. Outposts don't really offer really high damage output. Carolines push by 4, slowly taking some damage there. War wagons heading up here. More skirmishers now being employed on the field. Settler wagons being deployed. Got more Carolines and more villagers. He does have, of course, a good number of town centers in the field. Also got a handful of blue villagers here as well. Artillery foundries tend to be built. Somebody's going to start to be gunned down there. They're really standing to get out some falconets for this army. Heavy Cannon going to report the artillery foundry. Swedish player has 36 villagers. The German player has 44, so the German player does have more villagers at the moment. And has more population deployed in the field. Skirmisher is engaging, but they're going to get ripped apart by the Heavy Cannon. We do now have the Traveling Merchant Research Raleigh up here. Outposts will be going, or trading posts will be going down. These villagers are going to be a bit exposed. You have no military nearby. Villagers taking some hits there. Still have weapons to offer good health and 30% range resist. Looking inside the outpost there, these Carolines are small numbers, so they can be picked on off. Got Doppelin soldiers not being deployed and out. He spent all of his coin on stuff going for the bookkeeping research, the advanced plantation research. We also got 2 horse artillery here. Red does get forced on back. Does take a volley there. Hazard's gonna go on down. Does have a number of falconets here. Heavy Cannon redeploying. Horse artillery firing away. Horse artilleries have gone down. Heavy cannon still alive. Does get a good hit there on the falconet. Heavy cannon does see a good hit there. Heavy cannon does go down. Carolyn sort of get overran by the falconets. Now got the militia being put on the field. Militia trying to batter down the falconets. One does go down, just leaving one remaining. Skirmishers are falling back. It's the... Nope, neither player's got to town militia. Carolyn's backing on off, pushing forward and Skirm falling back. A single falconet's causing big problems for Red to push in that area. There's plenty of other town centers and other infrastructure on the field. He can afford to lose this one. The Swedish player is still behind a villager production or deployment. Its Germantown farmers have been very useful. Up north do have llama trains there, which is very different than steam power train. The German player almost has enough resources to age up. He still has a town center alive over here, and that's where the estates are. Going for a market. Now you can age up. The German player should age up now. He's starting to age up. He's going for the Tycoon, which should give him a bit of coin rebate upon completion, if I remember correctly. It's like 1,000 coin. It's not bad. It basically reduces your age up by, what, 25%? It's at like 241 or 2,400 and 1,200, right? No, that was Age of Empires 4 age up. I'm getting all the number. I always get the values mixed up for all the Age of Empires game. Of course, it purely is 4,000, 4,000. Got some hussars there engaging the villagers. We also got the church up here. Let's see. Now the player has the church guard. So there's some employment for the just experience trickle amongst the other upgrades, such as town patrol and mercantilism. Swedish player does have quite a bit of coins stored on up. Maybe the issue right now is more production structures, because all I see of villagers on the queue. The queue can only go so wide. German player almost have enough for a shipment as well. He could perhaps start bringing his own factories. One of these play of Carolyn's heavy cannon would be excellent. Some of these villagers are getting hit here. Villagers getting gunned down. War wagons do take out one of the hussars. Got a very good number of Carolins. The German player is going for a factory. He needs that heavy cannon. He is going for, was that guard or Prussian Uhlans? Guard Uhlans. More skirmishers being put on the field. There's some Uhlans. There's the factory. Got more horse artillery here. Horse artillery does offer 125 damage times 3 versus infantry. So they can do nearly 400 damage against infantry. Very good. More of the German housing going on down. That's an arsenal. His factory is being built over here. War wagons push right forward, trying to take out the horse artillery. Does take a bit of fire there. Skirmishers engaging. Carolyn's engaging. And the war wagons do draw quite a bit of fire there. They're healthy. No priests in the field to get them healed on up. We do got a round of Dalton soldiers here, which are not going to be super useful at the moment. More of the housing going down. These war wagons a little bit idle there. Could have flanked to perhaps engage those horse artillery. Now got steam powered going being deployed in fields, so really eyeing to blow out. No, that's not mass production. Mass production is meant for the heavy cannon. I really believe he should go for heavy cannon. Steam powered will of course give him some extra coin production. Now put up to 7.15 coin per second with the factory. Down here, so still looks like a basic trade route there, just getting experience. Upgrading it will of course give him more experience, but of course costs resources. His opponent is, of course, going for food shipments from his own trade, or coin shipments, I should say. Skirmishers push way forward. We got a very good number of horse artillery there. Got a couple of red villages here. They do spot the war wagons and draw some fire from them. Horse artillery making short work of the barracks. Now we got a pair of culverins, which are perfect counter artillery against the horse artillery. Housing now being pulled over here. Guard war wagons. I thought we were going to see the needle gunners, but I guess not. I don't think the war wagons are a good option right now. He's mostly fighting against Carolans, so he needs to go for the Prussian needle gunners. The guard upgrade for the skirmishers, I think, will be a better option at this moment. Professional gunners, got some various arsenal research now. A mass amount of food here. 1,500 food.
Hallo? Ja?
So these villagers are going down. They've been clicking here for quite some time, but they're still very exposed. We may lose all of these villagers. They may just want to start running. The outpost will give some of them some time to get out and out of there, but the horse artillery is horse, which means fast. And now these settler wagons will probably get gunned down. War wagons moving down over here, trying to engage. Over here, just some stuff. Another round of war wagons. There goes that structure. There's another ship available, which can comply another factory. Culverins firing away against culverins. One culverin does go down. Red lost both of his. Blue may lose one of his own. All the war wagons get annihilated by the Carolans. Carolans engaged in the melee mode. Skirmishers firing away. More settler wagons from the point of view. Now bringing a shipment of heavy cannon and Uhlans. Ooh. Now they just disintegrated. Blue's not being forced back to his base. He's having trouble deploying out anything. Horse artillery pushes his way forward. The explorer does get picked on up. Has two culverins now pulled in the field. His opponent only has a 2 heavy cannon, no culverins. Culverins do 200 damage per shot against artillery, which means they'll have to 3-shot the heavy cannons. And these are Culverin Royales. They have pretty good health as well. Heavy cannons do get a good volume of Carolines. One of the heavy cannons do go down to the horse artillery. And blue cast in GG. I really do believe blue just did not eye to build a proper counter to all the Carolines. Either way, this is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's keep on hitting F10. Before I get started the next replay, I'm going to take time and restart the game client because I started hearing, or lack of hearing, the sound bug of popping on up. So I'm going to restart the game to clear out that bug that's starting to pop up. And once it starts loading, I'm going to use the restroom. Please give me one moment. My apologies. Let's see, that was this one here. Oops, that's the wrong forward button. And let's go on to this one here. Yep. Greens have won, and great here for another H-Powers 3 replay. So on the bottom right side as the blue Russians, we have Judo Tiger. On top left side as the red French, we have Sir Shark Dad. The name of Dad today. Either way, we do have on the natives map got the House of Habsburgs, gives you some funny looking infantry, such as ones mounted on horses, lion infantry, and of course some Magyar Hussars, as well as we do have the House of Wettin, which give you access to the Trabants, Saxon Cuirassiers, and H2 Fort. No deck selected, no deck selected. Red will be building our trade post here, while blue will probably kill that man to steal his violin. Or not. Trade post is now complete. Yep, he will kill that man and steal his violin. And so, there will no longer be a musician right there. French player does have a stream available, not to point out anything. There we go. We got the Liberté, spelt funly, which allows evolve couriers, and Akin regime, couriers, wood coin, crossbowmen, range infantry hit points, hussars, hand cavalry hit points, advanced arsenal, wood coin, French Royal Army, Team Senegalese for riflemen, skirmishers, cuirassiers, cavalry combat, falconets, fort, couriers, revolve system. Falconets, heavy cannons, culverin, horse artillery, damage increase 25% for all of them, barring the heavy cannon, that's just 20%. Heavy cannon, culverins, factory, robber barons. And over here, we've got land 1v1, which does evolve the wood triple, economic theory, food wood coin, Streltsy, Cossacks, boyars, advanced arsenal, fencing school, Reformist Czar, Wood Coin, Covered Wagon, Streltsy, Evolve, Reform, transform your Streltsy into recruits, Streltsy Combat, Cavalry Combat, Falconets, Fort, Refrigeration, Shrillet Horde, Czar Cannon, Factory. That man will be gunned down. He will steal his Katzbalger hilt. So we got some sort of Streltsy deck here with a possibility to bail out into recruits, switching from light infantry to heavy infantry. And of course he does also have the Boyards, increasing the various cavalry health and damage. While the French is definitely eyeing for an Age 2. Skirmishers primarily, but also maybe Musketeers as well. And or a bit more of a balanced deck looks like from the French, just simply put. You now got the Quartermaster, and his opponent will be going with a much more creative, not Age Up, the Philosopher Prince. French player will age up quicker. The French deck, not sure if he's going for a fast age up or what. It is more balanced. Cards don't seem too aggressive. We also don't see the more other cards like Wilderness Warfare that we usually see. Nor do we see the Akim Regime. Let's see. Just give him a bunch of Bourbon units. Or Bourbon, I should probably say. Now we got this gunman. He's not using gun. What a heretic. Kill him. Unless his melee weapon's a gun. Nope, it's a knife. They should really make the gunman's melee weapon a gun. Because his name is Gunman, not Knife Man. Gunman.
Что?
Remember Wood there? The Russian player is still not fully aged up. If the French player would have been a bit more aggressive, he would have been, of course, a bit more aggressive. Got some coin being collected on up here. We now have the steel traps being researched. And coin as well. The Exile Prince is being researched now for the French.
Votre ordre?
It's a peace treaty worth nothing. Sounds about right. Sort of like relying on the UN for stuff.
Здравствуйте.
Scout is shrinking that lady. We'll do about 1 damage per strike.
Правильно.
Готов.
Blackwood Mines just got researched by the Russian. He's eyeing for his age ups. Shipment available for the French. We actually got some halberdiers being employed by the French. Okay, that's interesting. Streltsy would be a good counter to them. And again, when is Streltsy, Mass Streltsy, never a bad idea. They die to everything. But we got a number of pikemen in the field, which is a rare unit to see. Not pikemen, halberdiers. They offer good siege damage, good melee damage. They also are a 1 population unit. Of course, they are a little bit on the slow side for a melee unit. We do not have a round of skirmishers being played by the French. Shipped on in. The Russian player is aging up. A fort and or a factory would be very useful. Right now he's going for a blockhouse. Its explorers way down here is actually a bit of a problem. He needs to be scouting his opponent. He knows he's been a little bit too quiet right now, which is a bit of a problem. Now look at the halberdiers and skirmishers being pulled on the field. Going for a house here as well. A blockhouse will provide him some defense, but the halberdiers will rip it apart no problem. And he actually may not get it built in time. The villagers take some hits, and the blockhouse will not remain complete. And there's a massive round of torches there. He needs to go. He's going to shipment of wood. He needs to get these villagers collect that wood and get a blockhouse building immediately. You can put 4 villagers to build a blockhouse, so he needs to get 4 villagers to build that blockhouse. Because right now, he should have built it over here, because this one's about to get overran as well. He needs a militia out in the field. Very fine code being researched. In town center, he can evac some of the villagers. He needs to get a blockhouse going. Not right there. That's way too far forward. He's going for a stable as well. He knows the stable will be useful against the skirmishers. Not good versus the halberdiers. Yep, and this is what heavy poorly placed stuff. He needs to use the town center as a bulwark, which he's not doing, so he's losing villagers. Gets the stable built. He needs to pull out anything right now. He's going for some Cossacks, which are heavy cavalry. Balkanets are here. Bring the Schultze. 19 Schultze would be very useful. And not losing his town center would be also very useful. Here comes the Cossacks, and they go straight for the artillery piece. They offer decent damage, but he won't get the artillery piece, and villagers shooting Falconets is not a good idea. There's a militia. Halberdiers gain some great damage from the Cossacks. And the Cossacks do go down. There's a Strelets. Strelets need to focus on those halberdiers. He's going to enter melee combat with some of them, but they get ripped apart, and the Russian player backs of the game now. That should be good lessons of what not to do and how poor positioning of your structures like that would be a bad idea, and lack of scouting out for a long time to your opponent's base would cause issues. Did cause issues. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Fort Syndrome. I don't know why that replay just seems interesting to me. Wait. Portuguese is probably what it stands for. Because I don't see ports or anywhere build out ships. Greetings everyone, Angrade here for another Age of Empires 4 or 3 replay. Small on the bottom right side as the blue Portuguese, we have Plume. Small on top left side as the red Swedish, we have Madonna. I don't know why, this map seems a little more brighter than I remember. Either way, actually I think it's just a straight up snow variant of a map, isn't it? Because I don't remember this style of crossings as well. Either way, when it comes to natives of the map, we do have the House of Vaza and the House of Yagalon, which has the Balance of Powers ability, which I don't think people use often enough. No deck selected just yet. No deck selected either. And I think this map is causing me to lag a little bit. My apologies for not the greatest quality, but I think this map is a little bit more demanding. Or wait, when I go up here, I get 60 frames per second. When I go down here... Okay, so something inside the map tanks my frame rate. While over here, up here, my frame rate's perfectly fine. The way the Swedish player has selected deck, the Husua/Dutch/German deck, which he's not fighting against any of them. And the Portuguese player is not selected deck just yet. I probably should mention what the deck is. Blueberries, Settlers, Woodward Coin, Pikemen, Hussars, and Combat, Team House Burdenet, Leather Cannon, Eisenberg Ironworks, Dominions, Coin, Blackberries, Huckaball Tees, Platoon Fire, Hussars Light Gun Cartridges, Falconets, Snaplock, Higher Contract Jaegers, Trample Tactics, Factory, and the Siva Lifeguard. Portuguese players have gone for the Land Mortar deck. We got Town Militia, Economic Theory, Food, Wood, Coin, Musketeers, Advanced Arsenal, Cigar Roller, Wood, Coin, Halberdiers, more Halberdiers, Caçadores, more Caçadores, Dragoons, Organ Guns, Advanced Artillery, Fort, Wood, Musketeers, Gunpowder Infantry Combat, Heavy Cannon, Horse Artillery, Factory, and Factory. No Federita. And he's keeping a shipment available for the next age. Going for the Naturalist. It should give him a town center versus the Governor. Town Militia, of course, can give him a bit more firepower for his own town centers. Has more militia. Oops, wrong button. We got Red trying to go for a trading post there. He was also perhaps eyeing it. Something got destroyed there? Maybe Blue had a scaffolding there? No idea.
Hola.
Coin now being collected on up. Got this Explorer heading down this trading post. So maybe did interrupt the trading post there. There's Asia has one shipment available. We got those cows here as well. They're good doggies. Going for a shipment of coin. Town center deploying aggressively. Red will spot this. Red may either to retaliate with a shipment of pikemen. Each pikeman will offer good torch damage. He spots the deployment there. Throwing some torches now. Pikeman shipment? Yes, we're going to see the pikeman shipment. We also got stable here to provide some stability for him. Outpost here. He's going to deploy the outpost right next to this town center. So he's going to try to ambush town center with pikemen. And instead of poking him with the pointy sticks, they will go ahead and use some burning sticks. Sable also will allow him to put some hussars. The Portuguese going to go for a shipment of musketeers. He's going for a fast fortress, looks like. And there's the pikeman now. The Portuguese player got a little bit too greedy there. He'll lose his town center unless he deploys up some militia. Here comes a militia. Of course, can stall out. Let's see. There's a round of hussars there to rip apart the militia. And now he just needs to keep the pikemen safe. Now he'll probably be safe enough to cast the... And looks like Blue casting GG back to the game. Got way too greedy with that town center. His opponent counted it out perfectly. That's what's the importance of good scouting. He sees the extra town center. He decides to light the town center on fire. Either way, this is Angrid saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Of course, I keep on one hit F10 because You know, sort of strange how F10 became load menu for RTSs. Now it's so common, I just hit it by default. See, we've done quite a bit of Sweden. Let's just avoid Sweden. Hopefully this does not involve Sweden. I think like half the games of cast today involve Sweden. More than half, actually. There we go. No Sweden. In fact, it's actually not a random match as well, because we got different colors. Greetings everyone, and great here with another Age Empires 3 replay. As well on the right side is the Magenta Sioux, or no, that's Iroquois, with Kinda Cat. As well on the left side is the Green Indians of Lulan Pasha. No deck selected, and no deck selected just yet. When it comes to the nasal map, we do got the Orderasi Temple, probably butcher that, gives us access to Chakram Throwers. I have no idea how effective Chakram Throwers are. I'm guessing they're a Grenadier variant. And they, of course, give access to more hero hit points, which could be useful some. To Brahmin means get a bit more benefit from it. But then again, 2 divided by 50% is still, and then increased by 50% doesn't necessarily mean a higher amount of hit points. Increase gathering rate from all food sources, looks like, including livestock. Oh, no, that says livestock markets. And of course, we got the increased range attack, siege attack range, and line of sight for Chakram Throwers. Looks like the War Chief's name is Thunder.
Others?
Nikas and Radiant. Not sure if those are random generated names or custom names. Now let's not. I'm trying to avoid all the spam clicking. Now the shipment available for the Sioux. The Sioux has gone for Native Skirms as a deck name. Includes villagers, exotic hardwoods, villagers, coin, all resources, tomahawks, conservative tactics, cunning horsemen, new ways, native treaties, native warrior combat, spice trade, forest prowess, musket riders, cunning horsemen, cavalry hit points, cavalry damage, renegade French, native war conscriptions, environmentalism, North American trade, Annas, light cannon, blood brothers, and Lepina allies. So we got a native players going for natives, as well as just skirmishers. So I'm guessing the forest prowess, but I don't see anything that's specifically skirmishers. I see a lot of horse cards, so. But looks like it's going definitely be eyeing for natives. We do actually have a long house over here. We can eye for the Chakram Throwers, get out some Grenadiers. We do now have the Messenger. The message is attack. In fact, that's the fast stage up, so maybe he's eyeing for a fast deployment of these Grenadiers. I have no idea how effective the Chakram Throwers are. I don't really see people deploying them out. Then again, I don't really see people go for natives all too often. So this could be a bit interesting. Of course, get a free there, and now we got the trading post being destructed. Over here, we do have the Agra Fort, which does give him a nice defensive placement. It's a bit weaker than Outpost, but better AoE, so it could be greater than Outpost in damage if it's hitting multiple targets. If it's hitting one target, it's weaker than Outpost.
Hello?
Yes, he will spot the trading post here. So that should raise some big alarms. And I don't know how Chakram Throwers fare. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Gurkhas will probably be a good answer to them, but then again, I do not know. He's still aging up. He may need to start getting thrown more villagers onto the fort. So the fort does act as a European fort. And we get 2 free seaports. There's trading post. Got tomahawks in the field as well as shipment of villagers. Got a war hut here as well. Scam falls. I'm not sure what that means.
Ja.
The free Grove Rickshaws taking some fire. Local kitty cats going down. We'll be stealing their kiwi fruit. Tomahawks there. No chakram throwers being pulled them out.
Adesh.
Grove Rickshaw has taken some fire. May just want to deploy it back here now. Got the 2 free sepoys, which are good musketeers. More sepoys now being deployed on out. Bring a shipment of sepoys. Well, oh yeah, I didn't actually take a look at what deck he's gone for. We do have the Wood Coin, Preservian Martial Arts, Sepoys, Sours, Fencing School, Demonic Intrigue, Foreign Lodging, Tiger Claws, Infinite Wood, Gurkhas, or Sepoys, Gurkhas, Broken Jackets, Appreciating East Company, Siege Elephants, Mount Hut Lancers, more Mount Hut Lancers, Elephant Combat, Indian Gunpowder, Gurkhas, Siege Elephants, Mount Hut Lancers, and Rockets. We're going to torch down the War Hut now. Tomahawks getting overran. No chakram throwers just yet. Handful of tomahawks there, and we got a decent number of tomahawks on point field. 15 versus army of 9, soon to be 12 sepoys. The war hut is providing some fire support. The war hut should focus on the Brahmin are heavy cav, and the war hut does do bonus damage versus cav. Sepoys do have 17 melee damage. Tomahawks have 14. Right now, 165 health versus 180 health. So Sepoys are better than Tomahawks. Well, actually, has less melee or range damage than other heavy infantry. They are slightly cheaper, but they lose out quite a bit of damage. Those shotgun throwers could be decent against... Oh, going for the other trading post here. I think shotgun throwers wouldn't be half bad against all these sepoys. They seem like an anti-infantry unit, though sounds like a grenadier. Shotgun throwers cause AoE damage, good against infantry and buildings. So shotgun throwers shouldn't be half bad. We've got the Grove Rickshaw still moving around. Consulate being put on the field, he may want to eye for something that provides anti-heavy infantry. Not sure what wood on top of my head. Local kitty cat does go down to steal his plums. Grove Rickshaw takes some damage. Grove Rickshaw is classified as nothing to receive bonus damage. They're just going down there, and there goes for Grove Rickshaw. He is going for the Ottoman allies. Shouldn't really give him access to AZAPs, right? Or maybe he can get out some Obus guns. Obus guns would be pretty useful if you bring that in. I don't remember all the shipments you go for. No chakram throws on the build queue just yet. You know, got spice trade. Against sepoys, you can always go for Anna archers. They only cost food. Six militiamen improvement. 6 AVZAT for improvement. So are these guys classified as militiamen? Was some sort of upgrade that goes along with it? Sorry, I just noticed that militiamen upgrade. I have no idea what the concept provided there. Now, I've got some chakrams being put on the field, so we can actually take a look and see what they do. He's also going for some hunting doggos. In round of 5 here. If there's some sort of big conflict, the chakram throwers could come for a nice flank. and murder that house. There's Chakram Throwers. Bring them over here. Chakram Throwers. They offer 18 damage to AoE, 14 range, so slightly longer than Musketeers. Offer a bonus damage to heavy infantry. So they offer the same DPS as the Musketeer plus AoE. That's not bad. Their cost is also 50% more than Musketeer. So their basic primary focus is the AoE damage. They have 10 siege range, which is actually longer than normal torches, but not really any bonus damage. In fact, they're pretty weak against buildings compared to Grenadiers. But they can at least torch siege from a bit of range. They plus also 50% range resist. So they should be very good against these Sepoys. They are classified as not as heavy. They're classified as light, which means Sepoys would do, or the Gurkhas would not do bonus damage against them, so they should be good against Gurkhas as well. Since they'll classify as light infantry, counter skirmishers will get bonus damage against them, but not anti-heavy. That is a very important note. Grenadiers are generally heavy infantry, not light infantry, so this is more or less a unique unit. So keep that in mind. These should be very good against H2 skirms. Because after all, skirmishers more rely on the bonus damage rather than their base damage to do, well, damage. So these Gurkhas will do 8 damage per shot against the Chakram Throwers, which is actually very, very weak. What's their health like? They have 200 base health as well. Granted, it is buffed up a little bit, followed by conservative tactics and well. Yeah, he does have conservative tactics, giving him a bit more extra hit points, among other things. He has also not researched native war combat, giving more health and damage to them. I think these Gurkhas are going to be very useful. They do take less damage from the Augury Force as well, doing 50% less damage against siege units. Not sure. I haven't really been paying attention to what they've been chatting about. There's the Chakram Throwers. They do have 14 range, so they will outrange Sepoys. And Azaps are classified as heavy as well, so they will take bonus damage. They'll deal with bonus damage versus Azaps. So the Chakram Throwers are very, very good right now. Annihilating these formations. Yeah, those Chakram Throwers annihilated everything. So yeah, keep in mind about Chakram Throwers. Because not many civilizations have access to count. They are light infantry, so Hussars are still counter to them. They also do less damage against heavy. Yeah, they're a hybrid between a Grenadier and a light infantry. So use heavy cav against them, not skirmishers. More Chakram Throwers been employed in field. He does have both of them available, both trading posts. So what's the build on them? Their base build limit is 12, so you can blow up 24, and likely your opponents will not contest if you could have both of them. So you can get up 24 of them and 0 population, which means they're quite spammable. Secret Society not being researched. So now the Iroquois is a part of the global society. Tomahawks also are heavy infantry, so they will basically fulfill the same roles as a musketeer. So they do offer good anti-cavalry melee damage, anti-heavy cav, I should say. And the Chakram Throwers, remember as well, they do less damage for all cavalry, not just heavy calves. So they won't be good against light cav like other light infantry units. In other words, don't go for infantry against these guys. And since they're a siege unit as well, the fort and outpost won't do any good work against them as well. Going for native warrior combat, so they should be really charged up. Able to get both the conservative tactics and the native warrior combat. Really get some good amount of health and damage. Plus 25% in age 2, not bad. And plus there's also... He's also going for the... has gone for the other 2 research. Improve warrior hit points, not too important. Though there's of course the 4 war chiefs that may be actually pretty good. And the other one increases our range and siege range, so... Now the 16 range, so that's the same range as a crossbowman. And now they can really contest with Gurkha's 18 range. 12 siege range, that is the same range as the Musketeers' regular range attack. So overall, it seems like chakra throwers are doing a pretty good work here. Pretty good showcase for them. The warriors now being researched. Going for the experience trickle. He's also going for the big buttons now. See, age up. He could eye for stuff. I bring a shipment of delis. You know, obelisk guns. I'm just trying to think. If he gets somehow get a shipment of obelisk guns, they do siege damage, so they will be generally fine against the chakra throwers. They're light infantry, and they have range armor, not siege armor. So, if you're playing Ottoman, going for obelisk guns wouldn't be half bad against them, or falconets in general. He's now going for H3 as well, bring in the Chimerian Gate. Chimerian Gate will give him access to 1 Mount-Out Lancer. It allows him to deploy out Sowers and Mount-Out Lancers, or Mansabar units, the cavalry units. Rock'em throws push way forward. Does take some good damage there. Design just use the Tomahawks to torch down the fort. And massive AoE damage doing quite good work there. Gurkhas are not what he wants to deploy out. The fort does go down. Villagers getting hit there as well. And it looks like Green's going to be knocked out of the game shortly. He basically has nothing left. Has a shipment available. He has 43 villagers. Same thing as his opponent, good amount of villagers. Oh, we also got the increased damage by 19%. There's a free Mount-Out Lancer. Gonna be a little bit too late. And yet the game is pretty much over, so I'm just gonna fast forward to actually up here. I just horsemen find some villagers. There's a good number of villagers here as well. Yeah, the game's pretty much over. I'm just going to fast forward the rest of it. And Green does cast some GG and backs out the game now. Sandgrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. see, that was this one, right? Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on bottom right side as the blue Ottomans, we have Ghost Dog 911. Spawn top left side as the red Spanish, we have General Spades. On this map, when it comes to natives, we got goats. And that's it. There are no natives on this map other than the local goats. Of course, they are the goat, but they can be quite stubborn, but both players do start off a free Duber the pet monkey, which can be very helpful. Have a pet monkey. Trading post going on up. I've got this trading post being built out as well. No deck selected just yet, nor here as well. Got the town bell really ringing. Duber can help corral these goats back home. And if you find enough goats, it may actually be worth to go for a livestock pen. Our shipment of villagers now being deployed on out. Ray does find some goats and some local kitty cats. He also has his war dog, Pablo. Pablo's being ripped apart. Dog down, you monster. It's supposed to be a dog-eat-dog world, not a cat-eat-dog world. And he does snipe that one tiger and will take their spruce trees. Probably should have let his explorer engage the cats and so Pablo can help him out and not get picked off like that. Plus, there's always Duber as well, unless he's already lost Duber. Not send the goats home either. In fact, I think he's already lost Duber. So, looks like Red does a pretty bad job of keeping his pets alive. Just like most people with a goldfish. And plants such as cactus. Because you always forget to water your cactus. Now I got the age up of the quartermaster. Bring a shipment of wood here. I haven't really covered the decks, but got a shipment of wood. That's probably not worth it. It's probably better to cancel that, go for a bigger shipment. We got villagers, 300 wood, villagers, wood, coin, Azaps, Janissaries, delis, frontier defenses, spice trade, wood, coin, Janissaries, Nazim Fusiliers, Indian schools, Sipahi, Albus guns, Royal Mint, refrigeration, Sipahi, Albus guns, factory. For Spanish, we do have the Logistician, which he can improve his initial crates with this. We got villagers, food, wood, conquistador, advanced market, villagers, coin, pikemen, Kirko tactics, transform your pikemen to rodialos, archaic infantry hit points, rodialos, hand cavalry attack, reconquista, which does give him ships one conquistador for each 3 archaic infantry who lost this game with a maximum of 10. Advanced arsenal, House of Charmesia, Marvelseer, rodialos, cavalry combat, lancers, calabros, falconets, Spanish gold, factory. Going for his age up. Hopefully he has this timed out well, because it looks like that's being built, being shipped in faster than this is aging up. Let's see if he timed it out well. Yep, he looks like times out pretty well. It also immediately adds in resources to your inventory. You can see here, it ships in Villagers again puts the following supplies in your disposal. Plus 300 wood, which is the base. It says into your inventory as well, so no need to take time to collect it up. Also adds an 150 food, 100 wood, and 75 coin. So 300 reach the base, as well as compared to the level the 700 resources, this does add a grand total of 50 plus 300, so 550. Seems a little bit weaker than the 700s. Of course, you don't have to take time to collect it up, so it does give you a bit of extra money there. And Spanish shipments are cheaper and experience-wise than other civilizations, so it's able to really get the income coming on in. Got 2 barracks here. He's going for a mass number of pikemen and crossbowmen. Going for archaic stuff. If he loses a lot, he can always get the Reconquista. And if he doesn't need his pikemen anymore, he can always transform to Rodialos later. Blue's going for this trading post. Red may spot this. Red does not spot it. More Janissaries being deployed on out, so he's going straight for Janissaries. Crossbones are a counter, but not really a hard counter, more of a soft counter, honestly. Delis gain some damage. Delis do hit faster than normal heavy cav. You will lose a villager there. And does not take out one more shot there to take out that deli. We also got a proxy barracks there, so Red's going to charge his opponent's base. Both players are eyeing for a base race. Or not necessarily a base race just yet. Janissaries are here. Janissaries have much better melee damage than pikemen. Of course, pikemen have pretty good torch damage. Going straight for the villagers now.
Emrin?
Now the Janissaries falling back. Got the crossbows engaging more pikemen here. Let's follow those Janissaries now. Pikemen do draw some fire there. You may want to go into the formation that reduces their range damage. Militia here. They do bonus damage to heavy infantry such as pikemen. More crossbows being put on the field. You start building the Reconquista. You need to one conquistador for each archaic, so he needs to lose 30 archaic units to get 10 conquistadors. Crossbows is still engaging, got the militia here. Janissaries gonna go one down, got more Janissaries here, bringing a shipment of Rodialos. Rodialos are heavy infantry, so the militia will do bonus damage to them. The militia should be down to 0 health. Azaps are heavy infantry as well, not light infantry, so they will take bonus damage to the crossbows. Crossbows, like I said, are more of a soft counter. They only have plus 25% damage. Villager getting hit there. And he does not have any more. He needs those pikemen, and Rodialos are of course faster heavy infantry units, a bit more effective against those. Or easy to hunt down the delis. All the delis do go down. The conquistadors do also have a little bit of AoE to go with them, so they wouldn't be half bad unit to help engage all these heavy infantry units. Azaps do bonus damage versus light cavalry at range, so you gotta be very careful about them. Go for his own musketeers, but right now he's low of income. He's still bringing villagers. He's bringing the conquistadors, going for a 9 out of 10. Just I'll rate that as a 9 out of 10. Barracks going down, so he will be losing this infrastructure. So he's out. He's going for another barracks back here. Going for more crossbows. You may want to eye for more standard musketeers. I think musketeers will generally be better than crossbows, because after all, crossbows they do offer a bit more range. Mixing of musketeers and crossbows wouldn't be that bad. crossbows right now, damage would be 20. Musketeers damage is what, 23? And of course, crossbows are cheap at 80. They have also good range, but mixing crossbows with musketeers will probably be very useful. Musketeers can be a good frontline, healthier, and more cost-effective, while the crossbows be in the back, providing some good fire support for the price. Blue is getting overran by all these forces. He does have the Conquistadors. They have one AoE. These guys are very stacked up. The ASAPs need to focus them down. And that little bit AoE is very useful. And plus, they are a light cavalry, so they will be able to protect his crossbows from any of the delis. Going for around the walls there. Going for... Or just more Janissaries is probably a good idea. Obelisk guns may not be half bad as well. They're light infantry. They'll do great against the Conquistadors. Going for around delis, which is not going to be great against the Conquistadors. Times 3 damage versus heavy cab, 18 damage. A little bit AoE. Oh, look, they do 50% less damage versus villagers, I think. Yeah, that's about the same for light cavalry, isn't it? I don't know why I had a memory lapse of what is actually the light cavalry anti-villager damage. Or a lack of anti-villager damage. So I take out the trading post. You may want to go... No, it doesn't have a shim of food. You go for the frontier defenses. I say let the trading post go down. He doesn't really have a... his army's decent, but maybe not enough. Pikemen are here, which helps keep the delis at bay. You'll get some free shots on the Conquistadors. Doesn't look like there's any more Rodialos remaining. Conquistadors engage in delis very, very handily. And the pikemen as well never hurts. And yeah, it looks like Blue's armor is just simply not enough here. If you want to lose a trading post and you don't have Lords of the Army, just let the trading post go down. It will buy you some time to build up more units. Conquistadors don't really have high health at this age either. But I can't deny that they are doing pretty good, to say the least. And seeing you basically got 10 of them for one shipment, that's pretty good card value. Plus they have 0 population cost because they're a native unit. The native Spanish. Guns that are firing away. It's going to take time to force the stuff down. Conquistadors have, of course, really bad siege damage like any light infantry unit. Same with crossbows, they have even worse as being a light unit. But pikemen, what few he has here, the 2 of them, offer decent torch damage. Approaching half of the torch damage there in the entire formation, honestly. Got more pikemen below on the field. It's going to either be force of building destruction, more crossbows as well. Oh, we've got some Janissaries here getting picked apart by these forces. More pikemen been deployed to the field. We got now the frontier defenses, which would not hurt. The Autumn player, yeah, aging up would be very useful to get out some more of the advanced units. Falconets could be very useful. And maybe the Grenadier, the H2 Grenadiers wouldn't hurt as well. Don't really deploy your... you're going to lose the walls pretty quickly. The outposts, they will just disintegrate. It's best to put it back here next to town center to protect your town center rather than trying to protect your stable slash walls. Because right now that outpost will go down probably before it even gets built if this one really wants to kill it. The marksman now being researched should give him a number of obelisk guns, right? French player maybe trying to age up. I'm not sure what he's planning, other than just micro. Good damage there. Micro's Janissaries. Sipahi. There's just too many pikemen. The Conquistadors. He has too much anti-cavalry bringing the Sipahi. He needs excuse me, definitely needs falconets, but it looks like Reg's going to overrun him. Bring around Janissaries. He doesn't have enough wood for artillery foundry. He's also at the villager cap as well, so he can't deploy more villagers. There's Age Up, there's obelisk guns, get a good volley on that pikeman. There's Janissaries as well. Obelisk guns, of course, are a light infantry unit. Between a shipment and Nazim Fusiliers, they're a good unit, but simply way outnumbered at the moment. Spanish player could just eye for more pikemen for siege damage. His explorers here as well, so she could perhaps deploy out some hunting or war dogs. Pikemen back there. Town center will be shortly torched. That's Nazim Fusiliers. They're a good infantry unit, heavy infantry unit. They do bonus damage against infantry in this formation at range. Very useful taking those pikemen. Town center could be saved here. Pikemen or crossbows still trying to torch it down. He's trying to scrape the ball in the barrel, and looks like he will save the town center. Got more forces back here. The pikemen back here could have been very useful. He's getting close.
¿Cuál es su orden?
23. Oh, 4 health remaining. Would it be useful? Would it be worth it to try to charge forward to destroy it? He needs that auto repair. He cannot let that stand, or else his opponent will make it sure it doesn't stand. It's getting repaired up now. And with that defense, the Ottoman player is in a very, very good position. The Spanish player was cutting his villager production, so both players have similar villager numbers. And those pikemen will get ripped apart by the Nazim Fusiliers. Of course, he only can build up to 20 of them. Bring a shipment of Janissaries. Now he's able to get more advanced shipments compared to his opponent. His opponent has... a lot less than expected. Has a round of Hussars, which is generally not very good against the Ottomans. After all their infantry is heavy infantry. All their infantry is good against cavalry in melee and or at range. So I don't think Hussars are going to be a good option against the Ottomans, unless he's going to use a handful of them to engage any sort of siege weapon he may encounter, which he's not.
See. See.
He does find another goat somewhere. The goat has been found, nearly fully fattened. Now got secondary towns that are being employed on out. Spanish villagers will quick go on down here. And he's gonna let them all go. And in return, he does find some villagers down here. Rodialo's not been pulling field. Rodialos, I don't really have high value in Rodialos. Their melee damage is not really that great. 11 melee damage. They do cost 100, same as a Musketeer. But Musketeers have 12 base melee damage at the same base cost of 100 resources. So Rodialos, a dedicated melee unit, is weaker than the standard Musketeer. Not to mention, Janissaries are even better, have 18 damage. And so they will beat Rodialos no problem melee combat. Plus right now, there's also a big veterancy difference between the two. They do have 40% melee resist, which is nice. Nazine Fusiliers do offer a good amount of health as well. They do also have 18 melee damage, so Rodialos will not beat against these forces. He can do a bit of micro to keep their range and let them get some free shots on in, but you should not hesitate to engage Rodialos or pikemen in melee. Pikemen also do have really poor melee damage at 8. These forces will be overwhelmed with sheer numbers. Crossbowmen, while not really good hard counter to heavy infantry, they do decent enough damage. And these horses simply got overwhelmed with sheer numbers. More crossbows, more Rodialos been pulling the field. His opponent does not have archaic infantry hit points. Got some pikemen here. More Rodialos not being put in the field. Going for a shipment of food, which will give him food and other resources. What the Spanish player could have done as well, he could have really pumped out pikemen to transform the Rodialos, because that would give him a 20 plus resource value per pikeman to Rodialo. Albeit, in order to make that worth its while, that you got to transfer a lot, especially compared to these resource crates. I mean, this is what was it, 600 something resources? It was 625 resources. In order to make this less effective than this in sort of resource gain, you have to transform 5, 15. See, 5 transforming 5 is 100, so 600 would be 30 plus 1, so 31 units to get increased value from this compared to this. You need to transform 31. That's actually quite a bit of a tall order. And you do get a bit of a good increase of stats, but in restore raw resources, it's quite a bit to transform. And it's one reason why I think Rodialos should just be reworked. as very little situations it's super useful. They do offer good speed, that's their primary benefit. They are a fast heavy infantry unit. But even then, compared to Hussars, which the Spanish can deploy on the field, and other shock infantry, they don't match the speed. Nor do they really match the damage against villagers as well. Like, Coyote Runners are a little bit more effective. They have like a base damage of like 12 as opposed to 11. Either way, delis will have trouble versus either unit. Janissaries flanking around. There's a good number of crossbows they're running too. And they do have quite a bit of good support here. Eichmann needs to engage these delis. Rodialo's shouldn't be afraid to hit anything. The bonus damage against cavalry is not too great. We also got cavalry archers here, which is not that great of an option at this point in time, honestly. Cavalry archers are a light cavalry unit. Rodialos are heavy, so in this case, they won't receive bonus damage from the cavalry archers, which is bonus for hand shock. But they are mobile, and of course they are a H3 unit versus H2 units, which is very important. There's H3. He doesn't have H3 units until we actually get the veteran research. And Red does back the game now. As Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I should have time for one more replay tonight, but I do need to use the restroom. Please give me one moment. My apologies, I'm back. And yep, this shall be my last replay for tonight. Oops, that's the fast forward button. And oh boy, that camera. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another... Oh wait, I've already actually done this replay. Oops. We gotta delete that one. I think that will replay last one day. So, this shall be my last replay for tonight. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Red Swedes. We have Chu on Cito. On the north side as the Blue Dutch. We have Skelebro. No deck selected yet. And no deck selected either. You have Red going for a trade post now. When it comes to names map, we got the House of Fanar. Give you access to Everzone Boyars, and of course the Sacred Band Infantry. And of course over here we do have the House of Witten, which gives you access to the Brabant Saxon Cuirassier and to H2 Fort. Ah, that's what I'm hearing. It's like Blue is smacking that Kelfit and steal his Crimean Khanate. Got one Torp on the field. Actually surrounded by a decent number of trees as well, so the Torp is providing decent wood income as well as other resources. Gunman will go down. A trader's abandoned textiles worth 90 coin. We do now have a shipment available for the Swede. We got Navatos, so it's like some sort of native deck. Plus, we got also the advanced trading post, settlers, blueberries, food wood coin, hand combat, hand hit points, Eisenberg ironworks, dominions, native treaties, tree of rock slide, coin, platoon fire, snaplock, Amar castle, royal mint, refrigeration, trample tactics, Finn horseman. Factory, Infinite Highland Army, Siva Lifeguard, and the Great Northern Forest. Highland Mercenary Army gives you 6 Highlanders, which are Musketeer, Swiss Pikemen, of course are Pikemen, and Harquebuser. I'm not sure what that one is, top of my head. Probably a skirmisher to mix it out. And now for the Dutch, we got 14V. So this is meant for a 14-player deck, I guess. We got the Merchants, Town Militia, Wood Coin, Pikemen, Infantry Attack, Team Infantry Hit Points, Hussars, Bank, Religious Freedom, Irish Brigadiers, Wood, Pike, Halberdiers, Skirmishers, Infantry Combat, Hussars, Routier, Cavalry Combat, Advanced Artillery, Fort, Higher Busnicks, Factory, or heavy cannons and factory. The heavy cannons could be useful against the Swedes if he's going for a Carolyn-based composition. But, you know, I actually don't know. We have hardly any sort of military cards here. So I'm not sure what type of deck. We got, of course, the hand bonuses, which would be good to get for his hand infantry, hand combat, or cavalry. Gunman does go down because he wasn't using a gun. He was using a knife to fight in melee combat. You now have the age up to the Philosopher Prince. His opponent's going for the much more creative Quartermaster into Banked Wagon. So it's not eyeing for more villagers. There's a villager. And we do actually have the advanced trading post being built out, which is the Greek one. Getting out nice and early can give you extra Greek Revolution, which will give you some free musketeers. After a short amount of time, it will pay for itself pretty quickly, honestly. Production time still being built. Oh, does he have the advanced trading post research? He does have the advanced trading post research. It also gives him basic range attack, 8 range, 20 damage, so it's weaker than a musketeer. Biggest withdrawal about the advanced trading post is the fact that it's cheaper, and extra hit points never hurt. The range attack is worthless, honestly. And we do also got another native advanced trading post here as well. This eventually will give him the button significantly boost cavalry and shock infantry armor. You can always go for marriage politics, reducing the age up costs. Trying to think how. Marriage politics costs 325. The base cost of an outpost costs 150. So let's just assume that goes up to 600 resources, just to keep the math simple. Reducing the age up costs by 15% or 20%. It says 20%, but it says upgrades Oh, also reduces upgrade cost by 50%. Okay, that's a little bit better, but just for a 20% fast, cheaper age up, which of course allows it to reduce by 240 here and 200. So going just for this to reduce your age up cost by 20% is not cost effective. However, reducing the cost of other upgrades never hurts as well. Plus, you always can get Royal Saxon Grenadiers, get free Giant Grenadiers for future shipments. It also gives you one as well while at it. We do got a very large number of halberdiers now pushed its way forward. The Dutch is going for a bit of a more economic boom. Does have a couple nothing here for defense. And these guys will report structures at 36 damage. And their melee damage is not half bad as well. Just bring up the militia. The militia has to be very aggressive and micro. The militia do have a movement speed of 4, however, there's a movement of higher. And the militia getting ripped apart. The Dutch right now needs to go for a shipment of. He does not have enough coin. No, he does have enough coin for the. Not enough population space for the Irish Brigadiers. He needs to build another house. Does get a house or lost some villagers somewhere. Bring in the Irish Brigadiers now. Got some more of the natives push way forward. Trabants. Oh, he probably went for the native. Yep, he went for the native treaty, giving him a small native force. Halberdiers now splitting up, trying to engage from multiple angles. Very nice. One shim is available for the Swedish player now.
Ja?
And he can always bring in some Sycophant infantry, or maybe... I think we assume he had one button available. He may have it one available. Should give him 2 Sycophant infantry. The trading post will quickly go on down. Halberdiers will show no mercy to it. Got the age up for the Dutch. 2 ships available. He does not have... Not skirmishers. Definitely skirmishers should be his option. With both his own halberdiers. Not sure how effective that would be. If Gustavian Guard from the Rock Slide are pushing the way forward now.
Commando?
Does have a good number of skirmishers here. Bring in the fort. Skirmishers, of course, getting overwhelmed with sheer numbers. Now we've got the natives advancing way forward, which includes a boyar, and boyar is a good heavy cav native, has a high attack speed. Similar to a Hussar, if you think about compared to Hussar, Hussars have like 320 health, this has 340. Hussars have 30 damage, while this has 20. Thank you for the YouTube subscription, I believe that was. And with the higher attack speed, they all basically have the same DPS as well as a Hussar. The Boyar does go down. And we do have the fort there for defense. He really does need that defense. That's Saxon Cuirassier. Oh, his Boyar's also age 3 as well. Good siege damage. I really didn't pay close enough damage to the siege attack. So that, whoops, sorry, I hit my microphone. That maybe where it actually shines. We gotta have marriage politics to make his research cheaper. The Dutch will have a good defensive line. Bring a shipment of wood, maybe iron for more banks.
Commando.
Bring shipment route here. I do not really agree with that. It's a cheap light cavalry. I don't think he really needs light cavalry at the moment. Though, this one doesn't really have much military force in the field. He has something. He has 19... Oh, wait. 28 villagers, 30 population. Yeah, he has basically nothing. So the route here would actually give him some ability to put pressure on the map. Various stuff being built over here. Torps, collect the gold. This gold lasts the torps a long time. Also get a decent amount of wood with some of these torps as well. The Swedish player can now age up. Going for the bishop, which allows him to move diagonally a little bit better. Routier now deployed in the field.
Yeah.
Red settler will not be engaged. This red settler, I'm not sure what he's eyeing. Oh, we do also have a dock being built out here. Maybe eyeing for a bit of fish as a side business. There are 2 whales out at sea as well, and there's also plenty of fish out at sea. So the whales will be a good backup, but he could probably just eye for fish for now. There's plenty of torps for coin income, and it should last him for quite some time. So if you go straight for fish, or for the whales, then he can probably take his villagers off the coin and let the torps gather that over time. The trading post is getting some damage there. Light cavalry does Rudier have 7 siege damage. They're horrendously bad. So the trading post may actually could win this fight. But there's a decent force now push way forward. Does have a pair of halberdiers, which offer good siege damage. Everything else has crap siege damage. Oh, got the advanced artillery shipment, so now he has a mortar on the field. And there's a Greek revolutionaries. Getting out a group of 8th Sacred Band Infantry, that's pretty good. They have 16 damage and 50% faster attack speed. So their damage output similar to a musketeer in DPS. Of course, a little bit weaker than, a little less healthy than a musketeer, have base health of 135. But seeing he just got 8 of them for the cost of 1 trading post is not bad. There's a fresh free covered wagon. He has a good amount of natives here, including some of the Arizones, so our skirmish should help engage the Routier. They offer 11 damage, and of course they say the 250% bonus damage versus light. And also times 3 versus heavy, so they're more of a counter unit. He's not really fighting against heavy infantry, mostly just a light. Falconets are here, so Dutch is starting to push his way forward. Got a good number of Carolines here as well. More Everzones being pulled on out to help engage the Routier. There's a couple of the Veteran Halberdiers there. Everzones engaging. There goes the trading post, but we do now have the mortar being overran by the Hussars. Carolines charge way forward. They do have less damage versus light infantry, so not a good thing to try to charge forward into skirmishers. The Falconets annihilated them. They're really stacked up, so I'm not sure why he went to melee mode. The Falconets just rip apart those Carolines with one solid volley. Looking good for the Swedish player. He does have quite a bit of infrastructure over here, including another town center being built. That may be where his second covered wagon went. And now you have the fort being poured out, being shipped on in. Additionally, with this one here, he get another fort as well. So he could get 2 forts to solidify himself over here. His fishing economy is going to be untouched and has a good amount of fish. He also has a proxy artillery post you can perhaps push forward and deploy stuff with. You can also deploy out a heavy ship for deployment over here as well. So he could abandon this region, be a costly abandonment, but he can migrate over here, solidify the regional forts, and then use this artillery foundry and deploy out ships to deploy out military units over here. There's a fort at the corner. He did take out the mortar as well. He says to be careful of the falconets. So what's unique about this castle as well? Enables, oh, the bounty aura action. So you get the Aztec war chief aura action right there. Not bad. Apparently the reduced upgrade costs did not apply to this one here. You can also go for the... He is going for this the Klung scene. You can also eye for the Golden Retinue. Oh, there's a target ability? Oh, it's boost, not resource gathering rate. Whoops, I was thinking that was the one that improves resource gathering rate. But also, if I click on it, again, that is the Age Mythology lightning bolt. Yeah. We got some petards to be employed on out. Petards do 1,600 damage, siege. The fort has 9,000 health. So take 6 of them to take out a fort in one volley. They do offer no siege armor as well. So the fort can two-shot them. That could be very likely. But it does do 50% less damage for siege units, so maybe not. These should be classified as siege units, yep. The Swedish player has plenty of spare housing. He has plenty of torps over here. Let's go for around the Hussars. And there's another fort. We got Rasborg Castle and Mienskans. We got some Bosniaks over here, Bosniak mercenaries. We got a very good fishing economy over here. So Swedish player has 44 civilians versus the Dutch is 30. It's going for age 4 now, going for Logistican. Routier does gun down a villager. We got some veteran Saxon cuirassiers. So we got the French cavalry there. Got a round of Hussars as well. And Routier are going to be completely surrounded, taking massive AoE damage from the fort. The fort does 150 damage, 3 AoE, and no damage penalties against cavalry. We also got the battery tower here, which does offer good damage, good range, and bonus damage for cavalry. And now he's trying to rip apart the Routier. Saxon cuirassiers are the French cavalry variant. They are expensive like the French cavalry, and they do not take population space like the French cavalry. They're also a pretty underrated unit, I would say. You can only deploy out 7 of them, though. Bosniaks are a Lancer cavalry. And there's way too much there, so he decides to fall back. Fight near the force probably not have a bad idea. Take out the falconets. The battery towers take some damage. I love how those cannons here, but only fires the basic gunshots. Battery tower does go down, but so do the falconets. We got another fort being poured out by the Dutch. Fort Goody Hope. More Hussars being poured in the field, being trying against halberdiers, in which they're not going to be retaliated on. Or do hear a number of grenades. Oh, there's Petards, takes out that fort. They could go for a bank. No, 2 of them won't take out a bank. They will blow up a house. Got heavy cannons now shipped on in. So the fort can get over, can be battered down. More Hussars being pulled out. Over here, got more Hussars taking some villagers. Very good flank there. Dutch has a pretty good amount of coin. Maybe deploy out Saluna too to get out some mercenaries. Not sure what mercenaries he has available. Then again, I don't think he knows that either. Because mercenaries are always pretty random. Nian Scans is getting sieged down. And that's a very good number of ships. That maybe don't deploy out too many more ships, because you'll eat through the fish pretty quickly. Though going for the fishing upgrades would not hurt much. Heavy cannons getting overran. And scans does get saved for now. Going for some Helcapeltes, light cavalry, which is not going to be super great. He needs falconets. He can fly out falconets from the fort. Can you fly a leather cannon instead at the fort, being Swedish? No idea.
Valmiina.
Veteran Wittens have been portfolios, which will give him some veteran boyars. The other one you need to get out from here is the Trabants, a hand infantry with high hit points that protects nearby units by absorbing damage inflicted. So a guardian unit. But probably not super useful, though could be decent against Routier.
Befehl?
Boyars. Oh, what's siege time with Boyars again? 19. Oh, that is a faster attack speed, so so the thing is, it's siege attack is use 6, so it doesn't do bonus damage in siege, just does it really fast. So it has ×4 attack speed for siege damage. So just assume that to be 80. That's not bad. You now got an arsenal here. Going for hand combat, which wouldn't be half bad for the Hussars and for the Boyars. He does have rebuilt this trading post here. Going for the Everzones. Saxon Crusaders will also love that upgrade. Let's see, docks work faster, adds a battleship build limit. Byzantine ships buildings have more hit points. The extra hit points could be useful, seeing the forts are under siege. Mountain monasteries, it could be okay. Combos interestingly with Torps, I think. Maybe. Can Torps look out the coin if there's a monastery on the top of it? I have no idea. And all ranged infantry points inflict slightly more damage, and Everzone's even more. Boyar is trying to overrun the mortars, does get one, does get both mortars. Halberds getting some great damage, now all the heavy cannons cavalry is trying to fall back. At this one time, he's going to go for some own artillery. We do have just the fort firing away. Bosnak does go down. He is going for leather cannons, so he does pull out leather cannon, not falconets from the forts. Oh, we've now got another pair of mortars engaging the fort. Fort does go down. He could go for more Everzones. That would be decent against the Halberdiers. Guns, not so much. They're a decent musketeer, but nothing too spectacular at this moment. The Royal Saxon Grenadiers could be useful. Giant Grenadiers to offer 36 damage, as was 2 AoE, not bad. The hand attack's pretty decent as well, so they're actually not a light infantry unit, but they're actually a heavy infantry unit. And mercenary. And grenade troop. The siege attack is 50 at 12 range. Ooh, so they do a grenade siege attack. So they're a heavy infantry unit, so the skirmishers will actually do bonus damage against them. Okay, I thought they were a light infantry unit, but nope, they're a heavy.
Ish Majestät?
Going for snap block. More Everzones being deployed and out. No, I just realized as well, and probably he forgot as well, he did not go for Golden Retineer or Retier, or however it's called, in those heavy cav engagements to get extra armor in them. Big oversight. Now I got some culverins being employed and out. As well as some Trabants. A couple of them wouldn't hurt just for the damage absorption aura. Fort's taking some damage. The fish appear to be half consumed. We also have a decent amount of heavy cav still alive here, so they can perhaps re-engage. And there goes the fort.
Redo.
He has a decent mixed army here. 51 versus 63. Got 5 mortars there, though. Quite expensive investment. Got 3 culverins.
Klar.
Mortars do have a range of 30. Culverins, I think, have a range of 32, so they can outrange them, but only slightly. And if the mortar's not being used, don't push them forward, so they'll be perfectly safe. We do got one factory put up by the Dutch, bringing in coin. The Swedish player has a massive food reserve. He could either age up. He can now age up. He does have cheaper age up. Going for the Logistican.
Redo.
Greek Revolution now deployed in the field. Ball's next turn to go down as well. Got another round of 8 Greek Sacred Band infantry.
Ers Majestät.
More Saxon Cuirassiers. And that's definitely a bad path. Okay, he does fix it. Training post takes some fire. You may want to use this big button now before he loses it. He lost it. So he won't be able to get the advanced or good increased armor. And these guys are dancing right there. They're not engaging. That's not good. All runs trying to push me forward to engage the mortars. Mortars are not really important to take out in this conflict. Caroline's push way forward. Halberdiers stopping it. Halberdiers do great melee damage. Looks like Red's armor is just disintegrating. Arizona's taking out a claw's neck. That's not what they want to be hitting. They want to hit these Halberdiers. A swashbuck, or however you pronounce that, Halberdiers. There's the age up, maybe a little bit too late. He has a good amount of resources, so if he's able to pull out some barracks, there's another fort. If he abandons this region, he just needs to focus on getting up wood for more torps. There's some villagers cooking up wood. He has plenty of income. In fact, whoops, sorry, my microphone again. The villager council is actually still in his favor because he's fighting against banks. We now got the howitzer research as well as a secondary factory. Got his first factory here. You can trade all of those structures for time. There's a fort. Fastberg, Fastnen. Well, I butchered that name as well. Going for Halkbelties, and probably not a great idea. Going for Hussars, probably better. So has to be careful all those Halberdiers. How many Halberdiers do we have here? 19. And he's building more. I think the Dutch should just die for cannon. His or not Dutch, the Swedish player. When a Swedish player gets his factory deployed on field, he needs to go for heavy cannon, I would say. He brings out a round of horse artillery. That's probably good. He has a lot of food as well. He may want to sell off a 2,000 food to get as much coin as possible. He might want to make sure. Yep, yeah. He does have fishing boats on the whales. No, he needs not on this whale. He's actually running out of fish out at sea as well. He needs more coins, so retasking some of his fishing boats to whales would be good. Routier will find villagers. And still has some torps over here collecting up coin from mines. These copper mines about to run out, so just let the torps expire them. And then he has to find other coin sources. The Dutch has plenty of coin through banks. Going for heavy cannon, very good. Got some howitzers here, very exposed. Market and towns that are being built here. Engage, trying to pursue the routier with some heavy cab. He He should just charge for and take up these howitzers. The fort 16 damage. We got gun number horse guns engage the infantry. The cavalry is charging. Horse guns need to. There goes the fort. The horse guns need to quick deploy, engage those skirmishers. And looks like he was unable to take out the howitzers. At this point in time, the heavy capture just avoid the conflict. Avoid those units. Heavy cav died in midair. Cav zones push way forward, which should be effective against these halberdiers. Now the heavy cats actually starting to engage the skirmishers a bit. Halberdiers slowly being picked off by the horse artillery. Oh, the halberdiers are knocked down. Arizona's heavy cav needs to start pushing forward. Now got a round of more route here. This stuff is not pushing forward. Big oversight. Is he microing somewhere? Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't look like it. Now the heavy cavs are engaged the skirmishers. At this point in time, it's better to engage the skirmishers rather than the artillery pieces, but we've got more halberdiers, and now's a good time to engage the howitzers. Arizona's need to start protecting his horse guns. They are a skirmisher. Routier is engaged in melee. Horse artillery does get saved. Halberdiers ripping apart the heavy cav. And now they're going to get ripped apart by the horse artillery. And now blue's back on off. Great defense there by red, but he did lose a bit. He's starting to get some heavy cannon on the field as well, so he has a good base artillery. May need to see some... He's starting to go for some hussars over on the artillery. May need to go for some culverins, going for some more skirmishers. Going for a coffee trade now from the perch. And the whales still not being collected up. He should pass some village on the whales. The Dutch has plenty of coins, so maybe I get out a saloon, get out some mercenaries. And perhaps turn the factories off from collecting up coin. Try and go for more torps here. Definitely important. Now got the team infantry hit points. The Dutch. That's probably not that useful. Thin-bred horses probably be useful. No, that affects hussars, halberdiers. That's actually maybe not. Be useful to hussars. Hussars would continue being useful in this situation, and maybe less so now. So maybe not go with that card. Don't need to go for that. Why refrigeration or royal mint wouldn't be half bad and start eyeing for secondary mills and farms. He has both heavy factories spawning in the field, going for heavy cannon, does build some walls. Boyar is now gaining the guard, does take up those units, building up the torps. This will give him some good amount of coin income. These are veteran hussars, these are guard boyars.
Anfall!
Almost all the fish has been cleaned up. This is going to be very problematic for the Swedish player. He has a good amount of food. Enough to age up, actually. And there's some factories here. Maybe another round petards? And try to destroy those factories? But more heavy cannon being deployed on the field. Very good. The Swedish player has all military population available. Both of them has similar population at the moment as well. More hussars here, so Carolins will be a bit more useful now since opponents want more hussars. Oops, my apologies, and my microphone again. We do now have the Byzantine Legacy as well as the something just got cancelled here. Nope, he does restart that. Going for the have his own health and damage, or just damage, as well as more range damage. Does get the advanced trading post research tier. Let's go for the guard run buttons. No blackberries. To the point where blackberries could be useful.
Ja,
Looks like, yep, he's almost out of fish out at sea, so he's overfished. And some of these fishing boats can start being deleted. He also has a round of cavalry there he has not retasked. Very fine coachman research by one of the players. Mercantilism for the Dutch. Has another shipment available. It's going for the team infantry attack. Greek Revolution for the Swedish player. Got a round of mortars. I think Red has too much artillery at this point. He needs to focus on other things. As much as I love artillery, he does get some Halkapeltis, which would be good. His point is playing off Hussars. Halkapeltis would be a perfect counter to them. So both sides are good encounters. Luso also collecting up some of the local fauna. Carabiners. Is that meant for his skirmishers, I believe? No? Is that for the routiers? Carabiners. I'm not sure which upgrade that is for. Not for the Hussars. Not for the skirmishers. I think that is for the routier. I always put the name of all the Royal Guard units. Of course, I don't think that gives them carbines. Maybe it does. Let's see. They have... They don't get increased attack speed. They do go Carbina or routiers. They do actually get equipped with carbines, so they don't get that fast attack speed like the carbine cavalry as like the US or the Italians. Because they're like repeaters, not necessarily carbines. Yeah, enough of that. War under siege, heavy cav versus heavy cav. We don't see the Odin Repnir being deployed on Elk. Mortar's getting some decent damage onto the upgraded fort. Heavy cannons need to focus down the infantry blobs, not taxing his artillery. He's just hitting the heavy cav, which is not great. Fort takes severe damage. Walls do get destroyed. Everzone's firing away. Now the heavy infantry is going to be hacking apart the heavy cannon. One heavy cannon does go down, and Red just gets overran. And I think because Red just simply didn't properly cast his artillery to hit the infantry. The Dutch deploying more Hussars, more heavy cav. The Swedish player is trying to go for more Halkapeltis, which is good. But they're just veteran. Fortress Age versus Industrial Age. Swedish player taking time. He has plenty of resources, taking time to fall back, build some units. He does get another round of boyars to help engage these skirmishers. Halkapeltis do have a bit of AoE, so they are decent versus grouped up units such as the skirmishers can be. Not a hard counter, more of a soft counter. More forces being brought on in by the Dutch. The Swedish player does not have enough production structures. His light cavalry is not engaging the Hussars. But some of them start dancing around a little bit too much. Another round of boyars. Random militia being brought him in. He could perhaps hit the Sacred Man infantry one more time if it's available. Villagers starting to go down. He has some reserve resources. His opponent has expended most of his reserve. He could try going for Revolution to help do a final knockout punch. Heavy Cast on to go down. Grenadier does go down. Giant Grenadier. Another round of Hussars here. It looks like Red is getting overran. Round of Saxon Cuirassiers now pulled on field. It's got some even heavier cav. But right now, they're sort of dancing around a little bit. They're not engaging, taking a lot of free shots there from the Routier. More units streaming on in. Another heavy cannon there, engaged a point-blank shot into these skirmishers. Did a lot less damage than what I expected. There's a good volley there. Amazon's support on Elsewell. They should be decent against the Routier, of course, but Red just simply doesn't have enough production. He's expended all his resources, has plenty of wood and coin to eye for a round of siege weapons, but right now it's the forces that is issue. Going out a mill. I suppose for lack of fish, he's just hit a stolen point on his economy. And we've got multiple structures going down now. More Hussars. He could try bringing some more to help with the siege damage. Going for the factories. Has a bit of coin generation from these Torps. And of course from the whales. Heavy cannon here. 2 heavy cannons support on the field. It's a good hit there on that halberdier. Heavy cannon goes down. Oops. Got quite a bit of force here, including that howitzer I recommend him building. I think it'd be a good idea to destroy... Okay, he's going for the gate. He actually rebuilt his walls. I thought there was an opening there, but nope, there's a trade post there. Apparently open ground is impassable. Greek Revolution for the Dutch now. And we got Red now back in the game. Presenting great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. As mentioned beforehand, that shall be my last replay tonight. Either way, I think I'm actually out of replays. Hope I can get more next. Yep, that was my last replay. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening, and get some good rest. Enjoy.